Welcome, everyone, to AI Sports Predictor. Now, let's cut the fluff and talk about Monday Night Mayhem on the ice. The New Jersey Devils, riding in at 3-6-2-6-6, strut into Columbus to face a Blue Jackets squad at 3-1-2-7-8. Looking like a gambler chasing his losses after 3 straight LS. And let me tell you, when desperation meets opportunity, things get interesting. The Blue Jackets, they've been busy, scoring 33 goals in their last 10. But defense, a little more Swiss cheese than steel curtain, 31 goals allowed. Power play, DOA, a bleak 9.1% success rate over that stretch. And yet, somehow, they've scraped together a 5-5-0 record. This team doesn't die easy, but you don't want easy. You want edge. So what does the cold, unfeeling, savant-level AI model say? It sees Blue Jackets 4, Devils 3. And the books, oh, they're dangling Columbus at plus 115 like a piece of candy. Let's unpack this chaos. The Devils, oh, they're a puzzle. Overtime record, 1-goal games. They're decent, 21 points in tight finishes. But when the offense sputters, it flatlines. 1 goal, 0-5-2. 2 goals, 1-8-1. No life support, but hit 3 or more. That's not a team, it's an identity crisis. Now, Columbus. These guys thrive in the muck. Overtime, 1-goal scrapers, 6-5-7. But if they limp in with just 1 goal, 0-4-2. 2 goals, not much better, 4-9-1. But when they find their rhythm and put up 3 or more, suddenly, they're the team nobody wants to play. Numbers don't lie. Devils score 2.99 per game, ranking 14th. Jackets, 3.23 per game, good for 8th. But let's talk about defense. Devils are locked in at 2.59 goals allowed per game, 4th in the league. Columbus, a whole different story, sitting at 27th, leaking 3.33 goals a night. That's a flood, and today's AI pick is Columbus Blue Jackets moneyline at plus 115. The model sees value, the books are sleeping, and if Columbus hits their magic number, 3 goals or more, they don't just win. They run away with it. That's 1 down. Onto game 2.
2 teams. 2 completely different realities. One's fighting for playoff muscle, the other just fighting for air. The Tampa Bay Lightning, sitting pretty at 38-23-5, roll into Philadelphia, where the Flyers 28-32-8 and barely treading water are staring down a storm they might not survive. Monday night, 7 p.m. ET. One team proves its worth. The other proves why they're 15th in the East. The Flyers. Oh, they're a wreck on ice. Last 10 games. 3-6-1, that's 3 wins, 6 losses, and 1 desperate scream into the void. They've been outscored 34-22 over that stretch. Their power play. Oh, it's not struggling, it's been put out of its misery. 23 opportunities, 1 goal. 4.3% success rate. That's not a power play, it's a comedy sketch. And then there's Tampa. The AI model is cold, calculated, and relentless. It sees Lightning 5, Flyers 2 the books. Tampa moneyline at 242, the spread at 1.5, and a total over 5.5. That's practically screaming bet me. And why not? The model has this game pegged at 6.2 goals. Let's talk Tampa's blueprint for destruction. This team is mathematical. When they score more than 2 goals, they win 38-6-2 when they don't. They don't even bother showing up. 0-7-1 when they manage just 1. 0-8-2 when they settle for 2. They either steamroll or fall apart, no in between. And Philly, not built for this fight. They've played 19 one-goal games, banking 23 points in the process. But if they don't score 3 or more, they're in the grave. 1-goal games. 2-9-0 2-goal games. 4-5-3 even when they do put up 3. They're still a just okay 22-12-5 against this Tampa squad. That's not cutting it. But here's where the gap becomes a canyon. Tampa ranks 2 in the NHL in scoring, averaging 3.53 goals per game. Flyers, 21st at 2.75 defense. Lightning clamped down, giving up 2.68 per game, ranked 7th. Flyers, bottom feeders at 3.37 per night, ranked 28th. That's not a stat gap, it's an autopsy report. And today's AI pick is Tampa Bay Lightning 1.5. The numbers scream it. The model backs it. And if Tampa gets rolling early, this isn't a game. It's a demolition. 2 down. On to Game 3.
Some teams are fighting for playoff positioning. Others, just fighting for their dignity. Monday night, the Boston Bruins 30-38 face-off against the Buffalo Sabres 26-33-6, a team that hasn't just struggled on the road. They have been exiled from the win column. 8 straight road losses, and now they're marching into Boston like lambs to the slaughter. Let's be real, Buffalo is gripping the wheel and skidding on ice. Over their last 10, 3-6-1 scored 26 goals, coughed up 39. That's not just bad. That's gasoline on an open fire. Power play, not completely useless, 5 for 27, 18.5%. But when your defense is getting lit up like a Vegas Strip marquee, what difference does it make? The AI model is seeing red. Bruins 4, Sabres 3 money line. Boston at 142 the spread. Sabres 1.5 in the total. Over 5.5, with 6.3 goals projected. But are the books sleeping on Buffalo's chaos factor? Let's break it down. Boston has a record that screams inconsistency. Over time, 7-8-15 they live and die in tight games, 27 one-goal battles, picking up 31 points. But when they stumble, it's a face-first dive. When scoring just 1 goal, 1-9-1-2 goals, 4-9-4, but when they hit 3 or more, that's 25-6-3, 53 points. That's the key. They either grind you down or disappear. Now, Buffalo. If the Bruins are inconsistent, the Sabres are allergic to stability. They can't survive low-scoring scraps. 1-goal performances. 1-7-0 2-goal games. 1-13-1, that's a death sentence. They need 3 or more to even pretend that they belong. And when they do, 24-10-5, that's their lifeline. Let's go under the hood. The Sabres actually outscore Boston, sitting 12th in the league with 3.12 goals per game compared to the Bruins 25th ranked 2.71, but that's where the good news ends. Defense. Boston ranks 21, giving up 3.19 goals per game. Buffalo, a brutal 30th in the league at 3.52 allowed per night. You're not winning games leaking that much oil. And today's AI pick is Boston Bruins moneyline at 142. The Sabres' road losing streak is no accident. Boston has just enough firepower, just enough discipline, and just enough structure to hold this thing together. Buffalo, 1 mistake away from another long, quiet flight home. 3 down. On to Game 4.
Toronto versus Calgary. 2 teams with 2 very different realities. The Maple Leafs sit at 39-24-3, looking to make a statement at home. The Flames, they're 30-24-11, still scratching and clawing for something that might not even be there. Monday night, Scotiabank Arena, the Leafs are laying 218 on the moneyline. Flames, a 180 long shot. But in this league, anything can happen. The AI model is seeing order in the chaos. Maple Leafs 4, Flames 2 books have the total set at 5.5, and all signs are pointing over. You want the numbers. You got 'em. Toronto, they live offense first, defense second. Sitting 11th in the NHL with 209 goals, averaging 3.2 per game. Defense, middle of the pack, 17th in the league, allowing 3 per game. The result, a 13-goal differential, enough to rank them 12th in the NHL. And let's talk efficiency. The Leafs shoot 11.2%, 8th best in the league. They don't just fire shots, they make them count. Meanwhile, Calgary is battling uphill in skates made of concrete. Their offense, dead last in the NHL, 3rd at 1 in scoring with just 2.6 goals per game. That's 166 goals on the season. They bleed goals, 288 allowed, 11th most in the league. Their goal differential, 22, that puts them at 23rd. And the shooting percentage, 8.9%, second worst in the league. Translation, they're firing blanks. But here's the kicker, the Flames are still fighting. In their last 10, 4-3-3, they're picking up points where they can. But scoring is a disaster, just 2.1 goals per game in that stretch. The only thing keeping them afloat, their defense has tightened up, allowing just 2.2 per game over those 10. That's the one thread they're holding onto. And then there's Toronto's big guns. Mitchell Marner, 80 points in 6-5 games. William Nylander, 68 points, including 37 goals. And between the pipes, Joseph Woll is holding steady at 22-12-0, 2.78 GAA, and 865 saves. The backbone of a team built to contend. On the other side, Calgary's biggest threats. Jonathan Huberdeau with 49 points, and Nazem Kadri with 48, but is that enough? They need elite goaltending to pull off the upset. Enter Dustin Wolf 22-13-5, 2.5 GAA, 0.914 save percentage. 8th best in the league. He's their one shot at chaos. And today's AI pick is Toronto Maple Leafs moneyline at 218. Too much firepower. Too much control. Calgary would need a miracle, a goalie standing on his head, and Toronto taking the night off. That's not a bet. That's a prayer. 4 down. On to Game 5.
The Los Angeles Kings 36-29 are on a 5-game tier, storming into Minnesota with blood on their skates and nothing but bad intentions. The Wild 37-25-5, but their last 10 games. 3-6 when the scoreboard tells the true 16 goals scored, 28 allowed. That's not a slump. That's circling the drain. And yet, the AI sees something. The Wild 121 underdogs taking this one, 4-3 strange things happen in the shadows of the XL Energy Center. But let's break it down. The Kings are built on balance. Their defense, tuned best in the league, allowing just 2.55 goals per game. Their offense, not as lethal 20 honest and scoring at 2.83 per game. But they know the secret to survival: score 3 or more goals. They are a staggering 29-0-2. That's not a stat. That's a death sentence for their opponents. The Wild, they thrive in chaos. When they score 3 or more, 32-3-2, but if they don't, it's an icy graveyard. 1-goal showings, 3-14 to 2-goal nights. 2-4-1 they need firepower, or they fade into the Minnesota cold. And yet, the AI pick stands. The Wild moneyline at 121. The model sees an edge. A break. A moment. Will you? Now, a little gift for those who stayed till the end. The full breakdown: 5 games, 5 plays. Blue Jackets moneyline 115. They score 3. They win. Simple math. Lightning 1.5. Tampa doesn't just win, they roll. Bruins moneyline 142. Boston is a survivor, Buffalo is a casualty. Maple Leafs moneyline 218. Calgary needs a miracle, Toronto just needs to show up. Wild moneyline 121. The AI whispers their name. Do you listen? Now, before you go, a thought. The smart ones know when to walk away. The sharps know when to press forward. If you've made it this far, you already see the game differently. Stay ahead of the pack. Like, subscribe, and let's keep exposing the truth in the numbers. Or don't. But remember, the house never stops watching. That's 5 down. See you on the other side.
Oh, the numbers don't lie, but the game ain't fair. The man in the shadows, he waiting out there. He whispers sweet odds, but don't trust the eyes. 'Cause the sports book, a devil in disguise.